Hi, I'm Susan of Inner Wisdom Healing Arts. Thank you for joining me today. I'm a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner and an energy medicine practitioner, having graduated from the Barbara Brennan School of Healing, as well as having Reiki attunements. So today I'm presenting you with a quantum healing hypnosis session with permission from the client. And in this session, he experienced 2 past lives. And of course, when the higher self shows you this information, it's always relevant to the present lifetime. Anything that's given to you is given to you to help you move forward in this lifetime. So the first one was a rather short one, and he talks about how it seemed like he was really incarnating to be a support person. He had lessons. Every life has a lesson and a purpose, and but his was really to be more to let go control and not be in control, be more of an observer. So that was interesting. And then he went on, almost went into the life of a monk, but then there was a quick switch, and he mentions it. You'll hear how he went from the first life almost into to experience the life of a monk, and then another life was chosen for him to see instead, and that was as an Aboriginal in Australia, and he really struggled with describing his role in the group for a while, so that you'll kind of hear that, because he talks about how he doesn't have a position of power in the tribe, but he's greatly respected, and people come to him for advice and to feel better. So he didn't give himself a label, but I would, if I had to give him a label, if we had to put him in a box, I would say he was the wise man of the tribe, just unofficial. It sounded like an unofficial wise man of the tribe, which was really interesting. And what we ended up finding out was some of the things that he came to the session for to resolve. That Aboriginal life was having a lot of residual effect, and you'll hear us talk about that. Cricket is in the background. I'm not sure what she's barking at. Anyhow, so yeah, we'll talk about the influence that it's having, and the clearing that's being done to help him let go of that. But some of that influence, that Aboriginal influence, was actually really helpful in his earlier life, but now it was creating more of more tension and conflict for him. So I hope you enjoy it. I find I always get little tidbits of wisdom out of all these sessions. I love them, the wisdom that comes through. It's one of the reasons I like to share them when I can, to help give you insight. Even if you don't believe in past lives, really it's the higher self coming in to give you information. So I do believe in past lives, and that life is eternal. Also in this case, this particular soul, I didn't ask, how many lifetimes that he had been here or anything, but it was pretty obvious that he was an old soul, and this is a possibility that this lifetime really could be his last incarnation. But there again, I've also run into I know in another session that I did, somebody said, well, this could be their last incarnation, but they like it so much, they do come, we do come in to support other people in their learning, in their process, other souls, I should put it that way. So anyhow, I think you'll find it interesting. Feel free to comment or ask me any questions down in the comments then. And consider having your own session. These are so wonderful. You'll hear again how the connection between some of his physical challenges was tied to the Aboriginal life and the clearing that was taking place. So you never know what's going on for you that could be cleared this way, because there's a connection that's influencing this lifetime. It's always really fascinating. So I hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe and check out some of the other videos. Thanks. Have a great day. There's a group of people
and standing, and it's kind of like it seems to be a funeral, and it's like a forested area.
And are there many people?
Maybe like 35 people.
Okay. Does this body feel masculine or feminine?
It's a boy.
So he's on the young side.
Yes.
Does he feel healthy? Or
yes, but not very well nourished.
Not very well nourished. Okay. Does this young boy have anything on his head?
It's got, like a hat, some kind of hat, maybe. Maybe a kind of a cloth hat, like not a baseball cap or anything.
Okay. So he's at this gathering. Did you say it was outside?
It's outside. It's like it's spring or summer. There's leaves in the trees. It's cooler climate. There's grass. It's a rural area.
And the atmosphere of these people, or what is the tone? What does it feel like?
It's sad.
Very
like
sad.
Defeated type atmosphere.
Does this young boy know this person that passed?
Yes, but not very well.
Is he there with other people?
Yeah, his family.
His family. Okay. And can you tell me anything else about this person that passed and why they're there? Did the family know them better than the young boy did?
Yeah, so the family, the person that passed is not part of my family, but it's some kind of either a cousin or an acquaintance in the neighborhood, and it's
okay.
The person that passed seems to be my sister Janine in this current life, but it's tough to. That's the first impression I get.
Good.
But I don't know if it's That's right, but that's the first impression I got.
Yeah, good. Go with that. So we're going to go ahead and leave that scene, and we're going to go ahead and move forward. We're going to move forward to a day when something important is happening. So we've gone ahead and moved forward. What is happening?
There was like I guess a war or something going on. Some kind of event that is affecting everybody in the society.
And the young boy, what is he doing? How is he? Is he involved in the war? He must.
Yeah,
he's older now.
He's older, and I think he's going to participate. He's going off to the war.
He's getting ready to go.
Yes.
About how old would you say he is now?
Yeah, about 18, 19.
And can you tell me anything more about the war, about the conflict that's going on and who it's with?
I would say it's maybe not England, but maybe France, and it's maybe the First or Second World War. Maybe the first one.
And how does he feel about going off to war?
He's just scared, but excited at the same time, and yet trusting in God or just a higher power,
He has a strong faith.
Yes.
Good. That's good. You're doing really well. And his family, how is his family doing with all of this?
His family is very poor. They're not doing well. There's been just hardship and the feeling guilty of leaving them behind, but it's just kind of nice to just go somewhere else and do something else and not have to worry about the family anymore for a while.
Yeah. Good.
Feel guilty for that, but it's
for leaving them.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he must also feel some sense of duty to be a part of the war for his country? Or did he volunteer?
No, didn't volunteer, but it's the sense of duty is I guess this young man is not patriotic, just kind of sees the silliness or insanity of just the war and just, one side versus the other, being part of a country that does that. So that has some feelings about the country that are not positive per se.
Yeah, it sounds like he really doesn't believe in war, it sounds like.
No.
Yeah. Good. Very interesting. So let's go ahead and leave that scene and let's move forward to an important day, a day that you consider to be important when something's happening. So we've moved forward to an important day. What's happening? What do you see?
It's nighttime. there's flashes of light, is like bombing or something, or shelling.
And where are you?
I guess it's like trenches or something, like maybe not in the trench, maybe I'm in some sort of structure, but in front.
A lot of activity.
A lot of confusion, and just.
And how are you doing with it all?
It's just surreal, stressful, just trying to, not knowing what to do, basically just kind of being stuck there, and the battle is not, I can't do anything personally to affect it, it's just, I'm just there, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I'm helpless, I can't go, I guess people, friends are there, and I can't go forward, I can't go to the battle, or there's just nothing to do but just kind of sit there and hope.
Sounds like are you feeling stuck?
Yes, it's stuck, can't go forward, can't escape, can't leave or desert.
And you have no control over it?
No control, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. You're doing really well. Now let's go ahead and leave that scene, and let's move forward to an important day, a day that you consider to be important when something's happening. So we've moved forward. What's happening?
This same, I just died, and it's just.
You just died?
There's nothing, there's just people just everywhere. I just sort of died in war, and my body is just there. And
how did you die?
It seems like it was shelling, I guess. It's daytime now.
And it was an explosion.
An explosion, or maybe, I guess explosion.
Yeah. Okay. Good. You're doing really good. So now whatever has happened, and you're on the other side of that. And from that position, you can look back at the entire life and see it from a different perspective. So every life has a lesson and a purpose. And as you look at that life, what did you learn from it?
That I'm not in control. It just sort of unfolds as it's going to, and this big war happened, and just like you can't really do anything except just observe it.
Okay. Yes. That was great. So what do you think the purpose of that lifetime was?
It was I was helping out my family through some of that hardship, and then also during that war was sort of just kind of person that the others kind of relied on. And I guess I just had to be there to support some people.
Yeah. And again, you were an observer, to not get tangled up in the conflict. Is that my understanding? You weren't so much involved in the human conflict.
I was not really. I followed orders and stuff, but I was not really trying to like shoot anybody or anything. I wasn't really trying to participate in the war.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and we can move away from that scene, leaving the person there to continue on their own path. And you can either move forward or backward to find another appropriate time and place that has information that you need. So you're now at another time and place. What do you see?
First I wanted to go to this like monk type life, but now it seems like I'm in like Australia or something like that.
Okay.
That's like
Look around. Tell me what you're observing.
I'm like a native person in Australia, I guess, an Aboriginals. But it's before the settlers came.
Okay. So what are you wearing?
Just sort of like an undergarment only like type thing. Chest is exposed. And,
so you're,
I'm also male again.
Is this a young or old body?
It's fairly old, maybe 40s.
Okay. And what are you doing right now?
I'm sort of. First I want to say hunting, but then I think comes to mind as like a practical joke. I'm engaged in some kind of joke. Setting up a.
Can you tell me more about that?
I'm setting something up that others can find. I guess it's something funny, something unexpected or something. Okay, it's like the culture is different. Maybe I put down like some kind of mask or something. Maybe it's like in bushes or behind a tree, and then somebody can find it. If they find it, it's funny.
So what about that? Finding that is funny.
It's just unexpected.
Okay, because it doesn't normally belong there.
I'm placing some sort of item or mask somewhere, and
so it might scare them or startle them or something.
No, I'm just kind of like known for doing that, and as soon as they see it, they'll just know how you got me. It's like it's like
okay. And so this is your personality.
Yeah, my personality is just like very enjoy practical joking, I guess.
Okay. And what do you normally do with your days? Besides,
I meditate a lot, and I do. I guess others hunt. I'm more of a person that just doesn't take things too seriously, but I do other things for people.
To help out.
Yeah, I'm not going to say like I'm some sort of medicine man or anything, but I'm just sort of like a person that is a
one of wisdom?
Wisdom, maybe, and also just kind of just healing or feeling, making people feel better somehow. And I'm just sort of like someone that people rely upon for like advice or things like that, and because I'm not. It's not just like hunting. You think that back then hunting was the only thing that men would do, but there's lots of jobs, I guess.
Yes, for survival.
You would do.
So it sounds like your position in the tribe is really one of emotional support and
it's it's
guidance, like
it's guidance.
people come to you with maybe their problems.
Right, but I do not help them with my ideas. I just like I do a lot of meditation, and I'm like a very spiritual person, but not a, like I said, not like a medicine man where I do like healing with medicines or anything, or giving them like little things, but it's more mental, and it's more like just kind of using my inner guide kind of thing. And so the
Would you
spiritual
consider
world is like very important.
Yes. Would you consider yourself to be a tribal elder?
No, I have no position of power.
No position of power. Okay.
I don't like to be in charge.
Oh, okay. Don't like to be in charge. But it sounds like you're well respected.
Yeah, I am someone that people respect, and the people that are in charge will also talk to me, but I'm not really into like making decisions. Like,
You don't have an official position.
Yeah, and I am not looking for that. I don't see that as important.
Yeah, because of your spiritual beliefs.
Yeah, so I'm guessing I'm seeing the spiritual world is just like as important or more important as this Australian type world, and
Good.
I see the need to be in a position of power or authority.
That's interesting. Do you have a family, like a wife and children?
Never married, no children. I have like a brother and a sister, I think. Cousins.
So you have relations there in the tribe. Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Well, let's go ahead and leave that scene, and let's move forward to a day when something important is happening. So we've moved forward. What's happening?
There's a storm, I guess, like a thunderstorm. And for some reason, the thunderstorm is significant.
And what was that?
Like this thunderstorm is like significant somehow. I don't understand why exactly, but it's the culture of those people is just too different from what I know today in this lifetime. It's just hard to interpret why this thunderstorm lightning storm is significant to them, but it's just kind of a big deal.
What kind of emotions does it bring up? Is it fearful, or?
It's just fear and awe, and just also just like relief. I guess it doesn't thunderstorm. That doesn't happen very often, maybe. In this area, and it's just it's kind of maybe an omen, and people are scared.
And how are you feeling about it?
I think it's funny.
What part of it do you think is funny?
It's just like, I just know it's not real, and like, I just think it's funny that they're all up in arms about it, and for some reason I'm just aware that it's just like it's just nothing.
You have a greater wisdom about it?
Somehow, yeah, I don't know where that came from. I just kind of was always that way, and I guess that knowledge might explain why I was like this practical joker too, because it's just funny. Don't take everything too seriously, and even a very unusual event in that area, like a thunderstorm, it's just still the same thing applies. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and leave that scene, and let's move forward to a day when something important's happening. We've left that scene. What's happening now?
First, I want to say there's like some white settlers, but it's actually like another tribe that is there.
Are they lighter skinned than you?
No, they're.
Oh, okay.
They're not. It's just another like
Aboriginal tribe?
Yeah. They
Is this friendly encounter?
Not really. They're they just they want something from us, or they just don't like us. There's not really a reason, so I guess it's not a war, because it's just not a lot of people there, but it's conflict.
And what are you doing? What's your part in this?
I try to just go back to my role, but the other tribe doesn't accept me as like a peace broker or anything, and they are just not appreciating my wisdom or background or anything like that. They're just like not. They're just more interested in just like the conflict and moving around, causing a ruckus wherever they go, and just don't care, and think it's funny that I have this approach to life that is spiritual, and they're just like looking down on it.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they've actually moved into the area.
They are, yeah, they are just kind of more nomadic. And they kind of move around, and just wherever they go, they just kind of pillage and do whatever they want.
Okay.
And it's not like there's police or anything, or a government.
Right.
You just do what you want, and it's just like
they're creating
pillage, and there's no consequences for them. It seems there are consequences in the bigger picture, but just back then there's just it seems like they can do whatever they want, and they came to our area.
Yes. So it's the tribe that you belong to wasn't nomadic, is that correct?
No, we were kind of in the same area. We stayed put.
Okay. And how is your tribe handling this disruption?
Not well. it's very distressing, and people are emotional about it, and they just it's very tough, very traumatic and emotional. And that's very, very hurtful for me. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. You're doing good. So let's go ahead and leave that scene, and let's move forward to a day when something important is happening. So we've moved forward. What's happening?
I'm older now, and the people around me, there's fewer people around me, and
Is it still, is it mainly your tribe? Did the other tribe leave?
yeah, that happened years ago, but we never quite, I guess, recovered, and the people around me were just my immediate, smaller group, maybe immediate family. There's still a lot of sadness, and I think there was some suicides, and
Oh, so that other tribe really threw your tribe out of kilter.
yes. And I'm pretty old and weak and can't do much, and basically just okay. It's been I'm kind of ready to move on, but I feel sad for all the all the all the hurt and conflict that there was.
Yeah.
Like I have like regrets, like what if I could have done something differently, or maybe I should have participated more, and like the defense or things like that, or what, a lot of second guessing.
Well, let's go ahead and move to the last day of your life in the lifetime that you are observing. Now, whatever has happened has already happened. So you're at the last day of your life. Where are you? And
I'm in like a desert, open area kind of thing, and
are you by yourself?
yeah, I guess I'm by myself, and I was, I think I went, oh, I actually think there's an arrow in my shoulder.
Oh.
I think I purposely left to go die alone.
Okay.
And I'm struggling to breathe, and I don't know if the arrow was a mistake, or
If it was from your tribe?
I don't know if it was from my tribe or not. It could have been.
Okay, but you
Yeah.
you did go off to die alone.
Yeah, I just sort of, yeah, I just wandered off to just go. And
You're ready to leave this body.
Yeah, I want to be alone because I have, I want to be around spirit, which I think is more important than like people, I guess. So I want to be just moving away from people and talking to spirits and sort of getting ready to die.
Yes. Yeah. So now whatever has happened has already happened, and you're on the other side of it. And from that position, you can look back at the entire life and see it from a different perspective. So every life has a lesson and a purpose. And as you look at that life, what did you learn from it?
when you have something good going, it just one day to the next it could be taken away. Like you had a pretty good good life and practical jokes and had fun and was in a position of not power but respect, and then some other people show up and just wreak havoc, and it just from one day to the next everything changes.
Everything changed.
And that's the nature of this crazy place.
Yes. So what do you think the purpose of that lifetime was?
For me to just really even more just realize that the physical is not real.
To see the illusion as an illusion?
It's yes, and also just experiencing that it could all just be taken away, and things could change so quickly. It's just, like how could you value such a place? It's just so extreme and ruthless and impermanent that it's just not something to desire, to want to go back to, or just it's something that's just not worth it.
But your soul had a purpose for incarnating into that life. So there was a reason that you chose to have that experience.
Yeah, which is incarnating, just to really learn the meaninglessness of this, like an impermanent world.
Okay, I see. Yeah, really learning about. It goes back to the illusion and the impermanence of things. Very good. Now let's drift away from that life. We're drifting and floating away from that life. We're leaving them there to continue their journey. They will find peace. They're on their own path. Bringing your consciousness and personality to the body, back to the body, to integrate into the body, and to speak to the higher self. We'd like to speak to the higher self. Do we have permission to speak to the higher self?
Yes.
We have great respect for the higher self, knowing that it takes good care of the body and the life, and has all the records of everything that ever happened in this lifetime and all the other lifetimes they've ever lived. And we respect that power. So I know the higher self could have brought forth many different lifetimes to see today. Can you tell us a little bit more about why you chose both those lifetimes for us to observe today?
The relief, I guess, is that I don't have to necessarily experience that kind of loss again, where your whole life is uprooted and changed. Negatively, I don't have to experience war again. For the other lifetime where I went to war.
Yes. And what about the Aboriginal life? Anything more that we need to know about that one?
Get back to just staying connected to the spirits and make the physical world less important.
Ah, okay. Remembering the physical world is less important. Okay. Well, there is conflict within the family, this immediate family, and I know there's some concern about how to deal with it. Can you give us some guidance on how to deal with the conflict between the mother-in-law, and the conflict between the sister and the parents? It feels like it's disrupting the connection of the whole family. How is this to be handled?
Just by prayer and nothing to be done about it, other than just like...
Is there a good prayer that could be suggested? Some guidance on prayer?
Just just a very simple, like, forgiveness type prayer, that asking for it and then forgiving, or asking for help, forgiving this conflict that I'm seeing. That there's nothing to be done, like in terms of like mediation or anything, like
so if I'm hearing correctly, it's asking for forgiveness to come into the conflict between the parties involved.
Yeah, that's
kind of like bringing that energy in for healing.
That's the only thing you can do about it.
And then maybe kind of let go and let God with that.
Definitely letting go, and don't try to... There's just nothing else to do about it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess sometimes that's the peace of mind that comes when you know there's nothing that you can do about it.
Right, then it's out of my hands, just like that war zone that I was experiencing, that I don't have any control over it. This is a smaller example. That's an extreme example.
Yes.
But it's the same thing.
Very good. I'm wondering if I can ask the higher self to do a body scan and let us know if there's anything physical that needs to be addressed, and if there is, we would ask if it's appropriate a full and complete healing today. Would you be willing to do that?
Yes.
Okay. And whatever you find, if you could tell us about it, that would be great.
Well, there's some kind of connection between my eczema, my feet, and the Aboriginal lifetime, I guess.
Okay. Can you tell us more about that?
It's just somehow it's connected. There was no feet where it's just a rough lifetime on your feet. There wasn't really any shoes or lots of walking all the time,
and can you clear that today?
I don't know.
We know that all healing is possible, and it doesn't seem like it's relevant for this lifetime or serving any higher purpose. So
I guess it's some sort of remnant, but not... Yeah, it's not useful. It's just
So I'm asking the higher self to completely clear that condition on the feet. And can you tell me how you do that?
The healing is always tied to forgiveness and to somehow letting go of the attachment to the physical. And that lifetime was very intense in terms of physical discomforts. And they couldn't imagine the types of things we have today, like the shoes and stuff you could wear.
Right.
All the
yeah, they were really exposed to the elements.
Right. All the basic things that we can do. They had none of that, and just letting go that remaining just attachment somehow, that suffering.
And can you help release that energy now?
I think so.
Okay, can we go ahead and release it? How is it being released?
In the mind.
Okay. Good.
No longer having the attachment in the mind.
Okay. Good. So it's clear?
I think so. It's clear.
Yeah. Good. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. So as you can continue the body scan, I want to ask another question about the restlessness that has been felt. I think it's been more of an emotional restlessness. Can you assist with this today and give us the source of it? What is the source of this restlessness?
Constant change is overwhelming. I guess I'm not used to it. And the constant changing. Whenever you have a life, it's always just changing. I guess I've always had ones where things change a lot, and getting used to being settled down somewhere is not something that comes naturally to me. The Australian life, I moved around. I mean, we were not really nomadic, but I didn't have
moved around a good bit, though.
Yeah, didn't really have a single spot where I think I just slept on the ground a lot. I didn't have like a house or anything.
Okay. So that's still present in this body. There's strong connection there.
Yeah.
Does that serve this lifetime at all? Is there a higher good or higher purpose that it's helping in this life at all?
I don't know if it has I guess I'm supposed to learn the putting the roots down.
Okay.
It suited me well for that sort of experience. It made me very open to the types of moves I had to do. Like
when you were younger.
Yeah.
And now the restlessness is showing up in feeling the need to maybe change jobs more often.
It's like a conditioned response to not being able to stay in the same place too long.
So if we can go deeper into that restlessness, is it time to release that also, that influence that the Aboriginal life is having?
Yeah, its purpose is done. Where
Okay.
all the moving that I've done when I was younger is was helpful then, but now it's just kind of keeping me restless, and it's not helpful, right?
Yes. So we're asking the higher self to go to the source of that restlessness, that connection, and release it, resolve it, dissolve it, transform it, for peace and harmony in this lifetime, contentment in this lifetime. Is that anchored anywhere in particular in the body, this physical body now?
Chest.
Okay. Is it connected to the high blood pressure that is being experienced? Is there any connection to that?
Yes.
Okay. Can we clear both of those then at the same time? Clear the high blood pressure and the past life connection?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Well, we'd like a full and complete healing today, and we know that all healing is possible.
Something is hesitant somehow, but I do think it's possible.
Yes. So let's go deeper into that and go to the source. Go to the source of the high blood pressure and the restlessness, knowing that it's interrelated. And we ask the higher self to intervene and clear that connection. Clear the high blood pressure. It will bring more harmony and balance into the body and into the life that's being experienced now. So how is the higher self doing this?
Just accepting that it doesn't need to be connected to
Good.
these past lives.
Good.
Just able to let it go.
Letting it go. Very good. And is that healing complete? We're still working on it.
Still working on it.
Okay. Well, we'll allow that to continue. We want that to continue for the highest good. And as you continue to work on that clearing, can I ask some other questions?
Yes.
Good. So at one point there was a consideration of going for a doctorate. Is that needed or relevant in this lifetime? Would it be helpful?
That is not relevant. It's
not relevant.
No, that's just not what's in the scripts or called for.
Very good. And what about the book that was started? That sounded like an interesting project about his experiences with the Course in Miracles, etc. Can you tell us about that project and if it's one to revisit?
It's not one to revisit.
What was its purpose?
The purpose was to distract the ego while I was studying A Course in Miracles, so it kept the ego busy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then
ingenious.
I could then also realize that the book is just words, and the types of healing as just or other spiritual things are not words. They're not related to words. words would be limiting to the spiritual lessons, I guess.
Yeah. It was more about embodying the lessons.
Yeah, I wasn't writing when I was an Aboriginal. I was just sort of, I wasn't using words much.
Living as an example.
Yeah.
So, what is the purpose of this lifetime? Why did this soul choose to incarnate in this lifetime? Can you tell us more about that?
This just chock full of all kinds of experiences and just people that I come in contact with it's like a wrapping up. Things are moving so fast right now, and there's just
what's being wrapped up? Can you tell me more about that?
Like some very old just karma or just things that I just come in contact with a lot of different people and a lot of different places, and I just sort of able to consolidate a lot of my learning, I guess.
Okay, so there was some karma to be cleared, and is it clear?
No, there's still a lot left to do, but it's yeah.
Can you say more about the karma that needs to be cleared, and maybe give him some guidance on that?
Just the a lot of little things, like the things you don't think are important, like some person you met in high school, for example, that was not a big part of your life, but it wasn't like it wasn't super important in this life, but still it was something that was still outstanding in terms of like karma or connections or things just kind of wrapping up.
Okay, like there was a little debt to be paid.
Yeah, stuff like that, and there's a lot of things like that.
But it sounds like they're pretty small.
It seems small, but it still has to be.
Still has to be done.
It still has to be done, and just the nature of what the world is like right now is things are just so fast, and you can do a lot in one lifetime if you have your. If you're willing to, I guess, I guess a lot of just consolidation of learning is what I'm seeing.
So I'm almost hearing, is it possible that this could be the last time that they incarnate in this on this physical plane? Is that what you're saying?
It's possible, but I guess any one could be the last one if you want to, but I don't. It's possible.
Okay. This soul has learned a lot.
Yes.
Okay. So has the higher self finished the healing with the high blood pressure and the restlessness? Is that completely clear?
It's I guess the process has started.
The process. Can you tell me more?
It just has to unfold now. I guess I have to. There's more. Some more experiences just needed still, and it's the healing has started.
So you're saying that the healing will continue as he progresses.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was important for him to know the connection today so that the healing can continue. The healing started, but it's going to continue. How long would you say it might continue?
5 or 10 years.
Okay. Okay. Is there any way for that to speed up, or is that just part of his purpose for being here?
Letting go of the hesitation would speed it up. Like the hesitation to be healed.
Okay. So it would be a good practice for him to practice letting go.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give him any more guidance on that practice of letting go, just so that he has really good clarity on it?
The just daily meditations, keeping things simple and grounded, and not following every train of thought, and just staying grounded and appreciating the little things, and appreciating what you have now, and not searching for something else all the time.
Okay. Beautiful. Very good. Is there anything that he needs to know about, any more about his work? Can you give him any advice on his work and looking for other jobs? Because we know that that's connected here to the restlessness. It might be best for him to stay put in the job he has now.
The thing is back to the same thing, I guess, appreciating the stability in what I have.
Okay.
Versus trying to change everything all the time.
Does that changing everything all the time kind of create conflict?
It creates conflict, and it's like a conditioned response.
Yes.